Joseph Parker is being frozen out by the two most powerful men in boxing right now. His Excellency Turki Alalshikh, and arguably the biggest promoter in the world right now, Frank Warren, who I call Uncle Frank. Why are these two powerful men freezing out Joseph Parker? Now, Joseph Parker is on an incredible run. He beat Deontay Wilder, Zhilei Zhang, and Martin Bakole. He was meant to fight Daniel Dubois, but he pulled out. He was sick. He had a cold. Doctor told him to stay home, you know. Joseph Parker fought Martin Bakole, beat him. If this is any other fighter, if this was Tyson Fury, if this was Anthony Joshua, if this was Saul Canelo Alvarez, if this was Terence Crawford, if this was Ryan Garcia, if this was even Zhilei Zhang, if they're on this type of form, I bet you they get a title shot. I bet you they get a title fight next. Let's keep it real. So why is it that Joseph Parker is single-handedly being frozen out? Why him? Why Joseph Parker? That's the question for today. Why is Joseph Parker being treated this way? Why is he being swept aside? Why is it that Turki Alalshikh and Frank Warren don't want Joseph Parker to get a title fight? Is there a plot there? Is there a bigger plan behind the scenes that's being put together? Is there something that we need to know? You know what? The answer ain't even that deep, you know. I'm gonna be real. The answer ain't even that deep, man. See me, I done my little investigations. Do you know what I mean? I looked back to history, watched some videos. Do you know what I mean? Recent videos. It's not even like I'm talking 20 years, 30 years. Now I'm talking like 18 months. I'm talking 4 months ago. Do you know what I mean? We don't have to go that far. I was asking my question. Really, I've been asking like, why is Joseph Parker not getting a title fight? I think I got the answers. I think so. I might be wrong. I don't know, man. Do you know what I mean? I'm not really into these conspiracy theories, alien invasions, seeing alien ships, spaceships and all that. Like, I'm not, do you know what I mean? I'm a realistic guy, you know? I'm just a normal guy. Like, I'm a boxing fan. I'm a combat sports fan. I love UFC, MMA. Do you know what I mean? But you know what I love as well? I love fighters who deserve title shots to get rewarded with a title shot. And it's up to them to go in there and show to us that they're the real deal and win and beat the champion. I don't like it when I see an injustice. I don't like it when I see a fight being treated unfairly. And I just feel like Joseph Parker is being treated unfairly. Now, this is part 3, yeah? Because I've done 2 videos on this already. And the engagement, the response has been so positive. I've been overwhelmed. Man. The love, the support, and the people, they're really coming out strong for Joseph Parker. So I thought, you know what, I'll do a part 3. And this is it. This is the last one. I'm not going to do another one. There's other fighters I want to talk about. Do you know what I mean? There's upcoming fights that I really want to see and I want to talk about. Do you know what I mean? So this is going to be part 3, the final one. I'm going to move on from this chapter. If Joseph Parker is watching, listen. If you know Joseph Parker, if you're Joseph Parker's friend, anyone that knows Joseph Parker, take these videos I've done and send it to him. Because there's no one else out here in the UK, in the media, none of them boxing YouTubers talking the shit like I'm talking, backing up Joseph Parker like I'm backing him up. Do you know what I mean? Campaigning for him to get what he deserves. You know what I mean? But anyways, what's the grand plan? Why do they want to freeze Joseph Parker out? I've been thinking about it. I looked at some videos, and you know what? At the end of the day, I came up with this conclusion, yeah, for my investigation. There's a grand plan. Let's remember when Turki Alalshikh, he came out, right? He done an interview with Carl Froch. Don't forget that. Remember, Turki Alalshikh did an interview with Carl Froch before the Ring Magazine Awards. He talked about his 5 dream fights. The 5 fights that he wants to see in 2025. I don't know if you can remember, if you can take your memories back. Does anyone remember Joseph Parker being part of that plan? Do you remember? Was Joseph Parker part of that plan? No. Joseph Parker was not in the top 5 fights, the dream fights for Turki Alalshikh in 2025. I want to remind you who was in that list. This is the dream fights for Turki Alalshikh. And then you make up your own mind. Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford. Alexander Usyk versus Daniel Dubois, the rematch 2. Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua. Ryan Garcia versus David Haney 2. Chris Eubank Jr. versus Conor Benn. Now, you've heard a list. I've just listed it out. I've just told you what the list is. You can go find videos on YouTube. It's out there. You can get this information of Turki Alalshikh telling you his dream fights for 2025. Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford. We know that's taking place in September because Canelo Alvarez just signed a 4-fight deal. So that's happening. That's happening. Turki Alalshikh's dream is coming true. That's going to happen in September as part of Canelo's 4-fight deal with Riyad season. Alexander Usyk versus Daniel Dubois. Now, this is the interesting one. Daniel Dubois was meant to fight Joseph Parker 2 weeks ago, but he pulled out due to an illness. And all of a sudden, there's rambling, there's words going around, rumors going around that they already signed a deal. That fight is going to take place likely in June at Wembley Stadium. So again, another one of Turki Alalshikh's dream fight, most likely to happen. There's a high chance that fight is going to happen. The third fight, Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua. And Tyson Fury is retired. He's not around at the moment. But we know by the evidence, we need to go by the evidence that we see. Do you know what I mean? Listen, let me tell you this. People will show you who they are by their actions. We choose to ignore it. If someone don't like you, if someone doesn't want you to be part of the plan, they'll show it to you. They're not going to hide it. They'll show it to you. It's in plain sight. You just choose to ignore it. We choose to ignore it and give them a pass and say, nah. Listen, once someone shows you who they are, believe them. Take them at their word. Take them at their action. Move on. Get away from that person. Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua. Fury is retired, but we've seen videos of clips of Tyson Fury going for a jog. Tyson Fury is ranked #1 with Ring Magazine. Who owns Ring Magazine? Turki Alalshikh. Turki Alalshikh owns Ring Magazine. Go to the website of Queensberry Promotions. Who owns that? Frank Warren. Who's listed as the #1 fighter? Tyson Fury. Not Daniel Dubois, who's the champion. Joseph Parker ain't even #2, he's #3. Tyson Fury is #1 fighter in Queensberry Promotions. Anthony Joshua, we know he's been coming out, he's been calling out Tyson Fury. He's waiting for that fight. Eddie Hearn, he wants that Tyson Fury fight. And the way things are going, the way Turki Alalshikh is pulling the strings behind the scenes, we know that fight is going to happen. He's going to throw loads of money at Tyson Fury for Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua to happen by the end of this shit. I bet you it happens. Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, we know that's in the works. They're all signed to Turki Alalshikh Riyad season. They're fighting in what, May, I believe? They're all set up for a rematch. That's going to happen as well. Mark my words. Chris Eubank Jr. versus Conor Benn. That fight is happening. It's booked for April. Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. We've seen the press conferences. We've seen Chris Eubanks slap Conor Ben with an egg on his face. That fight is happening. So out of the 5 fights, yeah, Canelo Alvarez, Terence Crawford, we know that's signed. That's going to happen in September. Chris Eubank Jr. versus Conor Ben, that's happening. The promos have begun. That's going on. Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, if they both win their respective next fight, they're going to face each other in a rematch. Alexander Usyk, Daniel Dubois, the way things are going is pretty much happening. We know that. It's pretty much happening. Because Frank Warren's been talking about it. Turki Alalshikh's been talking about it. The whole media scene's been talking about it. So, now that I've shown you here the evidence here, yeah? Turki Alalshikh, his grand plan, Joseph Parker is not part of it, man. Joseph Parker would sabotage Turki Alalshikh's plan. That's why as soon as Dubois sneezed, they got him out of Riyadh. As soon as he sneezed, they got him out of there. They got him out of there. And what did they do to Joseph Parker? They left him to hang dry. They wanted to feed him to Martin Bakole, the savage, the bogeyman of the heavyweight division. You really think, yeah, if Tyson Fury was Joseph Parker, yeah, and Tyson Fury's opponent pulls out, you really think Frank Warren will call someone like a Martin Bakole to fight Fury? Hell no. They will not take that chance. The reason why they fed Martin Bakole to Parker is because Frank Warren, Turki Alalshikhh, they all thought, you know what? Martin Bakole can deal with Parker. He most likely can knock him out. They went with the hype. Even though Martin Bakole wasn't prepared, didn't have a training camp, they still believe that he can take out Joseph Parker. They've been doing everything to take Joseph Parker out in the last few years. You guys just haven't been seeing it. That's how I've seen it from my investigations. Look, Frank Warren's fed Joseph Parker to Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder just came off a crazy knockout of, I forgot the guy's name. Knocked him out first round. They were feeding Deontay Wilder Joseph Parker. And everyone was saying before that fight, Wilder's gonna knock out Joseph Parker. But then Joseph Parker went out there and outboxed him. Then they fed Joseph Parker to one of the most dangerous heavyweights out there, Zhilei Zhang. Again, they was hoping that Joseph Parker loses. Joseph Parker got knocked down twice in that fight. But what does Joseph Parker do? Comes back, outboxes Zhilei Zhang. They don't like Joseph Parker. They're not trying to build him up. They were trying to get him out of the way, man. That's why they're feeding him to these monsters. How come Frank Warren has never fed Tyson Fury to this many monsters? Do you know what I mean? He's gave him Otto Warren. He's gave him Dylan White. Do you know what I mean? Come on, fighters that he can beat, man. These weren't even 50-50 fights, man. Do you know what I mean? Tyson Fury has always been like the A side, man. Maybe 50-50 first fight with Deontay Wilder. After that, we knew Tyson Fury is a better boxer than Deontay Wilder. But with Joseph Parker, he's gone in there as the underdog in every single fight, and he's proving them wrong all the time. That's why they don't like him. That's why Joseph Parker became the biggest risk in boxing. After he beat Wilder, he beat Zhang. He was most likely beat Dubois. If Dubois was underestimating Joseph Parker. He was going in there thinking like he's the best thing since sliced bread. As soon as he sneezed, Frank Warren was like, "You're out of here. You're out of here." And you know what? It worked to their plan. It all went to plan, because you know what now? Turki Alalshikh's dream fights can come to fruition. He can finally make Dubois Usyk 2. You see that now? The two most powerful men in boxing, Turki Alalshikh, Frank Warren, the grand plan is working. And you guys have not been seeing it. I don't know, I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments. I could be wrong. I could be just one of them conspiracy theories. I'm just saying, look, after my investigations, putting everything together, connecting all the dots, that's what I've seen. And recently, we've seen like the little funny sideshows from Turki Alalshikh, like telling Hamza Shiraz he was down by 2 rounds. Like, who does that? What promoter has ever done that in history? Turki Alalshikh came in, the people loved him because he's making all these matchups, innit? He's giving the people the fights that they want to see. But you know what? Too much power corrupts. Turki Alalshikh is the money man. Frank Warren has all the fighters. Frank Warren, Eddie Hearn, these promoters enable Turki Alalshikh to do what he's doing right now. Because he's the money guy. He's the cash cow. Everyone's going to him. All rivers of money flow to Riyad and Turki Alalshikh. He's been given so much power, yeah? He's dangerous. We have to kind of be careful. We have to sit back, look at it and say, yo, we need to be careful how much power we give to one individual or we give to a group of people, because then they start controlling the whole sport. It freezes certain fighters out. It freezes the fans out, because they then start, what's next? They're going to start controlling the judges. We start seeing some funny results recently in Riyad season, man. Do you know what I mean? And that's not me criticizing Riyad season or trying to say that they're doing something dodgy, but it's not looking right, and it's not looking good. Do you know what I mean? It's not looking good, man. Listen, this was part 3. I just came here to present you my evidence. This is why I think Joseph Parker's been frozen out, man. You know what I mean? And a lot of people that talk about boxing, pundits, YouTubers, whatever, analysis people, whatever, fight reviewers, whatever, they're not going to talk like these two because they got too much to lose in it. They got connection. They're connected to fighters, connected to promoters. They're not going to bring you realness like I do, because I don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit. No one tells me what to say. Do you know what I mean? I'm a fan of boxing, fan of combat sports, MMA first. Everything else comes second. Do you know what I mean? Everything else comes second. So I'm just going to bring you the realness, bring you the truth as how I see it. If anyone wants to contradict me, go ahead, man. Call me out, whatever. We can have this conversation. Come in the comments, email me, check me out on Instagram, whatever, man. Like, I'm ready for any type of conversation, but this is it, man. I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to leave it up to the people. You make your own judgments. I just present to you the evidence. I just bring to you my findings for my investigations. You can make your own minds up. But everything I said today, this is why I believe that. This is why I believe why Joseph Parker has been frozen out. Because Joseph Parker can go in there, smoke Anthony Joshua. So they'll keep Anthony Joshua away from Joseph Parker. Joseph Parker was a big risk to Daniel Dubois. And if Joseph Parker won, he would have derailed the grand plan of Turki Alalshikh. But so far, the way everything is shaping up, the grand master plan from Turki Alalshikh and Frank Warren is working. I'll present to you the evidence. I'm the people's champion, man. Do you know what I mean? I do this for the people, so it's up to you. Let me know in the comments, man. Am I talking shit? Am I making sense? Am I really, like, what do you call it? Joining up the dots and everything like that? If I'm not, let me know in the comments. I really appreciate it, man. But this was it. This is the final part. I'm not going to come back to this again. I really appreciate everyone that's been showing me support, mad love in the comments. I really appreciate it. Make sure you keep liking the video, dropping comments. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Subscribe, because when you subscribe and the channel is growing, you just motivate me to bring you more content, to do more investigations, to talk more about fight and do more fight reviews, more fight analysis, fight breakdowns. You know what I mean? Link up with fighters, link up with other people that talk about boxing so that we can bring you great content. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Big up to everyone that's already done it. I really appreciate you. And yeah, man, thanks for the love. Do you know what I mean? Listen, I'm done. I'm going to leave it at that. I'll be back with another one real soon. Until then, stay blessed. Peace.